University in Cairo, and he's had over 19 years of experience in building systems including LC and lighting and earthling, residential, commercial, high-rise infrastructures and utility projects. So today he accepted our invitation to talk with us more on his views on today's topic. So Mr. Ahmed, you can take over from here.
Hi everybody, give me please 1 minute, please.
Yeah, sure. Mr. Ahmed, I guess you.
Yes, I'm with you. It's a pleasure for me to join you. Thanks for this session, and let's begin. Our session is going to be about shifting to sustainable industrialization. Do you see my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Good day and hi all of you. I'm proud to be with you today. It's a pleasure for me to join MAS organization. Let me introduce myself. I am Engineer Ahmed Ismail, received the PSC 2002 postgraduate diploma in electrical engineering from Cairo University, master's degree from Al-Azhar, and PhD candidate in American University, accredited from USGPC with the LIKE, certified from Project Management Institute with the Risk Management Professional and the Project Management Professional, professional diploma studies in contracts, claims, planning and risk construction management from the American University in Cairo. Has several published researches in Elsevier, Al-Azhar conferences and other conferences as King Abdulaziz University in Jeddah, first conference and several volunteer services such as, but not limited, IEEE. I have won the second stage in the international challenge, Falling Walls. It's a German challenge. I had been working as an electrical engineer in the Egyptian Ministry of the Electricity, Renewable Energy as electrical manager. Moreover, I was consultant for the Saudi Arabian National Guard, Ministry of Interior, and the Holy Haram Mosque. In Egypt, have several projects as Co2 and Carrefour Industrial and Hospital projects. At the beginning, thanks so much for Engineer Anna Matthew and Engineer Ranin Raouf for giving me this pleasure to be invited with you. And let's begin with our contents for our session. We are going to give a brief in the introduction as defining our dilemma, then definition for the sustainability and industrial section, and then the manufacturing and the raw material sustainability, industrial indoor sustainability with using the renewable energy, and then we are going to clarify the challenges and opportunities, and we are going to show the importance of our integration between all of the previous factors. Then we are going to discuss our results and make the conclusion. Let's begin with our dilemma. The main causes of climate change are humanity increase and using the fossil fuels. This is to run the cars, other forms of transportation, supply electricity and power manufacturing, and industry. Deforestation, because living trees absorb and store carbon dioxide. Climate change impacts that will affect us all. Negative side effects on the environment, greenhouse gases, trapping more heat in the atmosphere, temperatures are rising, also storms becoming more severe due to warmer ocean water temperatures. Outdoor work could become unbearable, higher electric bills and more blackouts. It's going to be caused. And for the human health, we are going to find more allergies and other health risks. Health impacts may include gastrointestinal illness like diarrhea, effects on the body's nervous and respiratory system, of course, and also liver and kidney damage. For the material resources, food will be more expensive, and variety may suffer, water quality could suffer, and trees and other reserved resources may run out. Why sustainability? Why we are searching or why we are going about or for using sustainability, we are pushing for this. Sustainability is going to help us in preventing CO2 and methane and N2O, hydrocarbons. This is the gases which is caused due to the greenhouse effect. Going green means to pursue knowledge and practices that can lead to more environmentally and friendly ecological. Responsible decisions and lifestyles meeting our own needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Prevent harming to the environment. That means we need positive energy, balance our environment. Start with affecting the plants, foods, human and environmental balance. Let's see the sustainable, according to the World Conservation Union 2006, there was a 3-dimension of sustainability. Sustainability means meeting our own needs without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. In addition to natural resources, we also need social and economic resources. Sustainability is not just environmental. The sustainable is something that can be continued or a practice that maintains a condition without harming the environment. Sustainable examples is the practice of reduce, reuse, and recycle. Adjective the triple P, which is people and planet and profit. We have to care with people saving their health. We have to care with the planet as per our environment, our atmosphere, preventing the greenhouse gases, and also we are not going to miss the profit. We are going to search for economical status to get more profit. This is which sustainable cares about. Let's take a brief about the industrialization, which is process that is improving the economy and transforms the raw material to a useful required product that is going to increase its economical value. It is primarily agriculture one-to-one based on the manufacturing of goods. Individual manual labor is often replaced by mechanized mass production, and craftsmen they are replaced by assembly lines. Example of industrialization. The modern example of industrialization took place in China. The country manufacturing was about the country manufacturing output jumped from $83 billion in 1970 to nearly 16.5 tera in 2010. This increase in production occurred due to the revolution of the Chinese economy in the industrialization. The most important factors of industrialization: raw materials. The best is the natural resources, production of goods, stable currency, labor supply used to make goods, high birth rate, technology, transportation, consumers, government support. These factors is very important. All of that, but the industrialization depends on electrical energy, and this is the main factor. Although in China they use the human resources, it was also an important factor. Thus, we want to save energy and also use sustainable power plants, renewable energy. There is a new, we can say it's an old quote. It was stating that everything have a cradle and then it's going to grave. Nowadays, we are talking about cradle to cradle, and this is the important, we can say, factor we are going to work on. This is the cycling, and this is the waste management. Waste management strategies to mitigate the effects of fluorinated and greenhouse gases on climate change. Waste management is very important as it is saving environmental status, and also it's economically it saves our trees and our environmental resources. Previous treatment with products was cradle to grave. Nowadays it's cradle to cradle, and we are going to see the cycling is the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away as trash and turning them into new products. Each stage of production depends on the raw material, thus to get fine product. The activity of organization, inventory, holding, maintenance, repairs is another factors. But the most important in industrial section is the raw material. Thus, we follow the recycle, which we are going to see in the next few slides, and the down cycle and the upcycle. Basically, recycling means to keep it on the same level, and downcycling means lowering the quality of the product, and upcycling means to raise the quality of the product we are going to get to. Let's get more definition for the recycle. Recycling is the process of separating, collecting, processing, and ultimately using material that would have been thrown away. This is to regenerate it again for same previous original products. This is recycling. Recycling, just one bottle saves enough energy to power 60-watt light bulb for 6 hours. And this is very important. And this is, there is a research that there is a research with, which discussed this. research Genser. It was 2016 Ministry of Recycling Glass and Aluminium. And I'm going to send you these researches at the end. Downcycling. Downcycling eliminate waste, and by using less virgin plastic to make new materials, there is a reduction in energy costs for production, reduced pollution, decreased manufacturing costs, and a slowdown of landfill growth. And this is the most important, to decrease the landfill growth. Common example of the downcycling process includes transforming plastic bottles into carpeting or fleece fibers, and later turning fleece and carpeting material into plastic lumber products. Let's go to the upcycling. And upcycling, I think, is something like innovation. It's a creativity. You are going to take something and give it more. We can say that it's going to be from a lower cost to it's going to be more precious. Upcycling is the innovation of using any useless material and converting it into more valuable, that tuned to be precious products, such as the scrap from the genuine leather used for jackets can be thrown as rubbish or scrap, but some factories used to make wallets with more valuable. Reuse reduces greenhouse gas emissions that contribute to global climate change, that helps sustain the environment for future generation, reduces the amount of waste that will need to be recycled or sent to landfills, and incentives allows products to be used to their fullest extent. Refill a water bottle with water from home instead of buying a new one. This is reuse. Update your computer rather than throwing it. This is a way of reuse. Getting replacement, even using in another purposes rather than throwing and buying another for the new purposes. This is reuse, and it's also a way in saving our environmental and our planet from pollution. Building new renewable energy power plants, the PV or the photovoltaic, in order to increase the generated power, especially for the industrial section, we can use the PV, the photovoltaic. The strategy of increasing the renewable energy, which is free and clean, sustainable, is used in the whole world now. And the most important, it is going to save from the CO2 emissions. And this is the target. This was the factor that encourages service providers and even individual customers to use the PV cells. This is to achieve clean, free energy, so reduce their electrical bills. Although there was some challenges, but let's talk first about the opportunities. It can supply us free energy, and the most important, that it's going to help us in preventing the CO2 emissions. The challenges was very important also, and it was found through organization in California. The most important challenges, first, the sun is not found all of the day, and moreover, it's not found at specific whole season, as in winter, and of course in night. And it is so important to have energy at night period, especially that the peak period is at night. Also, winter energy in winter is very important, especially for turning on heaters, and it's huge loads, by the way. It was found that the solar energy is not sufficient, and it's not efficient also even. This was a study done by California ISO, shared and known as duck curve, introduces the big issue. This was on 2013, and they begin to work on these researches to prevent this or to overcome this problem or this dilemma as a challenge. This figure show us the demand versus the generation. The duck curve is a graph that shows the difference in electricity demand on the grid and the amount of available solar energy. This throughout the whole day. The study and the duck curve here is for a whole day. This was important to found the best method as power storage. The power storage began from here, and it have a different ways and different methods to storage to store the power. The solar energy to be used in the sunset periods in this power. In this storage, thus we begin. The second challenge was the storage techniques, the several ways we are going to find this storage and which is the best. Because the storage is going to be efficient by its capacity and the timing that it's going to support us. The solar cells are mostly installed on governmental buildings, which do not represent any burden on the network in terms of load balancing. This is the neutrality of the problem and even creates a new burden due to the need for the maintenance and repairing of those cells. The cells, really, we are going to see that the cells need too much caring. Maintenance and repairing is very crucial in this, and we are going to see it in the next slide, inshallah. That the use of inverter in solar cells circuits leads to appear the power factor problem, reactive power, and energy. Also, the others in networks, which the ministries of electricity and energy are trying to disposal and treat. One of the most prominent problems which cause the damage of the solar cells is the occurrence of any shadow. You know that if there is a cloud or a bird or something like this, this will cause a big problem. Part of the cells from both of columns are going to be damaged. If also the trees make shadow, or even some cells is going to be damaged. Clouds, as we say, and malfunction in the cell will be caused. Challenges, as we discuss, is the maintenance, and we can see in the figure that the traditional and because there is no specific companies following this, and as it is expensive, the maintenance, they are using the traditional ways. They are standing on the pallets. They are using tools which is not good for making this maintenance. Maintenance is a big issue because dust decrease the efficiency of the photovoltaic cells. Price was very important as visibility studies for huge power plants. So it was still expensive compared to other energy plants, especially the diesel one. Moreover, it needs huge areas for non-sufficient amount compared to other energy plants, and for sure the nuclear power plants. Of course, it is affected by time and season. Also, the battery's lifetime undefined, but not great. Even the lithium, and it's the new generation, the lithium power plant, the lithium storage batteries. And to overcome the batteries issue, it was found other methods as falling waters, and recently, and the very important one is the green hydrogen. You are going to see in the figure the soiling and the potential future bird dropping, the snow, the leaves. This can cause damage for the photovoltaic cells. The energy storage was a solving technique for the photovoltaic challenges and the gaps in the photovoltaic. Energy storage is one of the key means for improving the flexibility, economy, and the security of communities. It is used in promoting renewable energy consumption, especially in load shifting, backup power, demand response, and especially in demand response. It's very good. I think it's the most innovative part, because energy storage can help you in transferring your loads in the peak periods to prevent the shutdown or the load shedding for these loads. Also, it's going to help in maneuvering between the power plants and the renewable energy, the traditional power plants and the renewable energy. I think it's acting like making integration. It's also environmentals and helping too much, thus solving the issue of
actually your screen stopped sharing. Like, did you stop sharing it, or like was it a mistake or something?
No, I didn't, but okay, 1 minute. Okay, is it okay now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, thanks for informing me. Okay, this is the energy storage. Can you see my screen? The screen
is visible.
Okay. Let's talk about the integration and coordination in order to handle this problem, and this is very important. Sorry. Saving energy can be done manually by the industrial operation and maintenance, reducing lighting or turning it off. This is technique, this is a technique that depends on customer, which is going to be inside the industrial section, inside the buildings itself, using sometimes it was manual due to some labors, and nowadays it's used to be automatically through PMS, building management system. Energy conservation can reduce energy with another technique, depends on the human behavior and collaboration and cooperation between the automatic systems. It is efficiently for the rest of the devices, such as refrigeration in the industrial section and the laundries, electrical furnaces, and even included all electrical devices. Efficiency of energy is using lighting, but with LED lights to conserve the energy, and this focus on the appliances. As we said, the PMS is the most efficient method that give us more with less energy, and thus it uses sensors. It depends on the sensors and advanced systems to react automatically and not depending to be controlled with the human in shutting down any appliances. Anyway, saving energy saves money, enhance economical status for both the industrial section and the service provider. Nowadays, we are talking about there is a new, we can say, we are pushing to follow lead, which is focusing on several factors. The energy saving can be coordinated with architecture designers, and they are important and they are crucial for us in the energy conservation. Positioning and orientation of the building on a site are critical importance in being able to take advantage of nature, thus to reduce energy and improve the quality of the indoor environmental proper building. Orientation will allow us to use natural resource like the sun and wind to heat and cool, something like ventilation and illumination for the building. The region is very important and may be in contrast with the orientation, the position of the building, which may cause the opposite. In the first figure, shows the relation between the building position and the solar effect. Also, there is the U value, which we are using to calculate the building envelope resistivity to the thermal transmission. The thermal transmitted value from inside the building to the outside and the vice versa also. The units of measurement are in units of watts per meter square Kelvin. However, the better the insulation of the building, the lower the U value that will be. The loads inside the buildings have a very close relationship with external temperature. Which is during the seasons of the year and clear, especially in the Arabian countries, the summer, and the winter also in loading and consumption of electrical energy. The glazing also is very important because it have a negative side effect for the building. The glazing without films, glazing cause overheating in the summertime. And also the insulation. The insulation is very important. Insulation may be costly in the construction of the building, but it will provide a lot of benefits. This appears in saving the room temperature. This is to provide a selection of suitable capacities and air conditioning units, because the temperature will not be changed frequently. At least transverse the capacitance and then provide in the air to achieve the required temperature. This reflects the significant saving on electricity consumption, especially in very high temperature. The effective components in reducing energy among the most prominent loads which consume electrical energy and are reflected on the invoices, bills. This is the loads of the air conditioners. Air conditioners are amount. It's going to be nearly 70% of the total load. Followed by lighting loads, which may reach 9%. Note that the loads may be in winter 30% of the total load, followed by lighting loads. This percentage it's very depending on the state and location of the building. As in the previous slide, we talked about and we discussed the orientation. The effective components in reducing energy is the wall and the roof, windows, doors, and even floors. Although the cladding of the whole building is the most important in this whole system, and this is known as building envelope, the amount and type of insulation are related to the house location. Improving the building envelope, the space between exterior and interior environments of a building, which typically includes windows, walls, and roof, all of that shown in the figure. Teams may be able to reduce the size of HVAC system or even eliminate them. This kind of integrative design can reduce both initial capital costs and long-term operating costs. And this is very important for the industrial section. The influence of architecture handling and for reducing the selected capacity of electrical installation, this is selected through AC capacity, and this is the most important. As much as we can reducing the capacity of the AC, this will deduct the bill and the charges for the electricity with in the building. AC minimizing the selected size and also the lighting. As per nowadays, we are using some cladding which is giving us the sky view, minimizing number of selected lamps also depending on the daylight. This is very important and it's very effective. The building cladding and insulation is very effective in reducing and improving demand. And as we discuss, improving the demand and reducing it through reducing the lighting luminaires and the AC. Yes. Also, however, in the case of installing the glass cladding on the building, it increases the internal temperature of the building, and this is very useful in winter. It saves turning on heaters because you know that the cladding is going to save the energy inside the building in the winter also. But this is a side effect, also a negative side effect, because in summer it's going to act as a greenhouse gas, which has a bad effect on the electric demand on summer. So in summer, this is we can prevent this phenomena by making the films as we discussed in the previous slide. The electric bills due to turning on the AC in the summer is going to be very huge, and it can be prevented by using the films coating this cladding. The sky view, which is very nice as decorative appears, and it is used in appearing the morning natural sunlight, especially in some buildings, to reduce the needs for the electric lighting that depends on the daylight revealed in the figure, as we can see. This is very useful also, although it have to be filmed to prevent the heat temperature. The energy management is very important, especially for industrialization, because of the huge demand of energy. Automation system that collect energy measurement data from the field and making it available to users through graphics, online monitoring tools, and energy quality analyzers, thus enabling the management of energy resources using ATS, which is automatic transfer switches, for transferring and shifting loads from one energy source to another. Also, there is ISO 5001 provides a framework of requirements that help organizations to develop a policy for more efficient use of energy, fix targets and objectives to meet the policy, and use the data to for better understand and make decisions concerning energy use and consumption, following the PDCA, which is abbreviation for Plan, Do, Check, and Act. It is an iterative four-stage approach for continually improving, or we can say continuous improving process. This is used with products or services and for resolving problems. It involves systematically testing possible solutions, assessing the results, and implementing the ones that have shown to work. The benefits of an energy management system, it helps in reducing the cost, and of course the most important is reducing the carbon footprint, enhancing the well-being and the productivity, and to return on investment as lower bills. The load management, and I would like to say that there is a big difference between load management and energy management. And previously, it was it seems to be the same, but there is a big difference. Energy management, we are going to make maneuver between the energy sources or the power plants. But load management is the adjustment of loads inside the building and collecting different loads, not the same loads. This is to make the loads homogeneous or acting as homogeneous, and this is a very important issue, and I think this needs a different session. Maybe we can discuss in. Load management is the methodology that is used to transfer the only optimum amount of loads, neither more nor less, and this is consequently transferring the loads may prevent causing overload phenomena, because this is very important, especially in peak periods, on the different sources, to save the sources from tripping and shutting down. Load management is the methodology used in deciding and organizing loads between sources to ensure the load balance. I have a research in this section. I make a study. It was in Elsevier journal. I can send the research for Mrs. Anna, and we can share it. Also, the sensors, and it's the most important, the sensors in the building management system. The air condition have too much sensors, but I think the most important modern or new sensor is the CO2. You know that there is sensors for temperature, sensors for pressure, humidity, and indoor quality. The occupant sensor was not efficient. I think it doesn't go well. It doesn't affect the bills, but it's okay. And the room sensors. Nowadays, the most important and the most modern, it's very good. It was very efficiently the CO2 sensors. CO2 sensors is the most important sensor, can be used for saving energy, and it's working automatically, adjustment the ventilation of the occupied area. This is without referring to human control. As per the number of occupants, gas sensors are commonly used to measure the air composition in ventilation units, to monitor the performance of HVAC system in offices and commercial buildings. The IAQ concentration levels of greater than 1,000 ppm CO2 are associated with decreased activity, headaches, and draw sense, particularly in working environment. So it's very important. We are going to see here in this slide the AC CO2 sensors. It's used to measure the levels of carbon dioxide. Thus, it's going to control and it's going to help in we are not going to say that it's going to shut down or stop the compressor, but it's going to minimize consuming the electricity. As we say that the AC equipment is very important equipment, and it represents maybe about 70%. We can say 50% from the total load of the electrical bill, especially in the summer season and in the Arabian countries. The United States also, there was a research which appeared that the annual cost was about $29 billion to homeowners. So controlling this equipment is very important. This is through the CO2 sensors regulates the operation of air conditioners in proportion to the presence of the people in the required area. This is in order to operate the AC with neither more nor less the required ventilation according to the room and the occupancy inside the room. Consequently, this is saving, or this will save energy and caring with the human health inside the office. This slide is very important. This slide is going to help us, especially our students, if they are going to search for a certification, which is, I think it's a very good required nowadays for. I think all the engineers will need this architecture, electrical, and even mechanical, and it's serving several sections. It's the leadership in energy environmental design, leadership in energy environmental design, or LEED as it is, LIKE or LEED app for professional, have 6 sections, and it's the way we concern about the building. We can say, what does leadership in energy and environmental design means? Defining the leadership in energy and environmental design, it's a rating system devised by the United States Green Building Council to evaluate the environmental performance of a building and encourage the market transformation towards sustainable design. The green building is the practice of creating structure and using processes that are environmentally responsible and also the resource efficient throughout a building life cycle, from siting to design, construction, operation, maintenance, and of course to be innovative. It helps you to be innovative and this construction. Getting a LEED certification means considerable taxes, tax breaks and grants, the ability to charge tenants higher rents, and assistance from the USGPC in expediting permitting on certain projects. Sunras and Morgan at 2013, the rating also often brings publicity and price since the nice shiny plaque. Respecting several sections, which is appearing on our slide, the location and transportation, the sustainable sites, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, and the materials and resources, and of course the indoor environmental quality. There are 4 levels of certification, and the certification is for the building. You have to differentiate between the certification and the accreditation. The accreditation is for the engineer who is going to follow the system and is going to work on the project, the accreditation. And we say that it's 3 levels, the LEED GA and the LEED app and the LEED fellow. This is the accreditation. But the LEED certification is for the building itself. And it is it's going to be as 4 certifications. The first one is certified. The building is going to be certified, and this is from 40 to 49 points. And the second one is the silver certification, which is from 50 point to 59 point. And then the third one, which is the golden certification, it's from 60 to 79 points. And the most and the last one is the platinum one, which is from 80 points and above. And these certifications and the points is calculated by the specified energy, the specified and the concerned engineers which they are assigned by the project, and they have to be accredited by the LEED accreditation. Our results and discussion for this is the industrial sustainability or the shifting to sustainable industrialization is very important because it's going to help in saving the environment, it's going to help in being economically and get more profits, and it's going to help and care with the people, the human inside the building, the industry, and even outside the building. To summarize it, it's going to concern, and it's concerned with our community. The environmental and climate changes due to greenhouse gases emissions causing negative side effects on human health, even his food. Thus, it is required to improve on all factors as to conserve energy and to save as much as possible energy, all of that integrated with energy and load. Load management using renewable energy in order to save our planet for our future. Also, integration may increase the enhancement about more than 9%, rather than working on each factor separately, or even working on some factors and ignoring others, saving our planet, saving our people, and moreover increasing our profit concerned by sustainability. Conclusion, integration is more efficient, more important. Energy management and load management are very crucial. We have to integrate between both studies to reach the optimum usage of energy. Sustainability is very important, not only for the new generation, but also I think it's for us to get we can say good life without illness or problems in our life. Our environmental and economical status to get more profits is very important. At the end, thank you again, and if there are any question to answer, I'm ready for you, and thanks so much. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Ahmed. So, if anyone has any questions, they can either ask directly or you can post it in the chat.
I think I can give you an advice about the certifications for this discipline. We talk about the lead certification or the lead accreditation for our engineers. Also, there is the CEM, which is the abbreviation of Certified Energy Manager, and it's very, very important. But I think it's not suitable for our students because it needs some experience and some certifications as PSC or something like this. But they can read about in order to prepare for this certification. It's very important. It's required in working in the sustainable energy and the future required jobs. Wish you all the best and thank you. Miss Anna, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Do we have any questions?
I've not seen anything from the chat. Well, actually, if I would tell about your today's presentation, it was really great, and in fact, it was quite simple. So I don't think. I mean, there isn't a chance that a doubt could arise as such. It was clear. Like whatever you explained to us and whatever you talked about was quite clear for everyone. I guess. I haven't seen any doubts yet.
Thank you so much. Thanks for helping and your cooperation. Thanks for giving me this chance to join you. See you, inshallah, in next sessions. Thanks, Miss Anna, and thanks for Miss Raneen also. Thanks for our attendees. It was a pleasure for me to be with all of you. I wish you got something from me. If there is any question, I can help. I will leave my email with Miss Anna, and anytime you can connect with me. Thanks again.
Oh, well, if can all the participants on their cameras, we could have a screenshot right now.
Thank you, Hamza, again, and very sorry to interrupt. Thanks from our side, and dear participants, this is a very humble request if you could join us in this group screenshot, because if this was an offline event, we would sure have taken a group photo. And with this pandemic, we have gathered here apart from all the boundaries we share. So this is a memoir to our ESA celebrations 2022, and I request all the participants present on the screen to please turn on your cameras and join us for this group screenshot. Anna, if you could please take the screenshots. I guess everyone is ready.
Mr. Ahmed, is it okay if you could actually stop sharing your screen? Like, we could get everyone in the picture. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I've taken the pictures.
Okay, thank you, Anna, and thank you, Hamad sir, again. Over to you, Anna. Let's
Thank you so much, Miss Elna. Thank you for giving me this chance. Proud to be with you. Thanks all. Hope to see you soon, inshallah. Thank you.
And thank you, Mr. Ahmed. It was a really great session. It was a really great session. It was really enlightening and quite clear as I to specified earlier. And a big thanks to the audience who joined us to listen to Mr. Ahmed. So I guess it ends the meeting right now. So you can leave the meeting. Thank you so much once again.
Also, dear participants, stay tuned with IEEE MACESB for more events under the banner of Potentia 2022, our PS Day celebrations. And thank you again. Have a good night.